of it, that same fan
saw this coming.
Went, got Odell's autograph tatted, made it permanent. Now, that could be a good idea if Odell continues on with his trajectory. If you're a diehard fan,
no matter what,
maybe.
it's a bad idea.
Hang on. But what if something happens?
What if, let's just say the first...
What if he gets good?
Well, I mean, no, she means what if his career goes poorly. But let's say let's say he gets 120 touchdowns. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
You think you used to go and want that... I really like Odell. You think you want that tatted on your arm in 40 years?
I won't say it on television. I can name 5 decisions you made back when you were in college that you wish you hadn't made.
Confirmed.
My point is you're in a different state of mind maybe at that age.
What different state of mind?
We're signing this guy to college, and it's a tattoo.
Jenna, really?
Yeah.
Just because you got tattoos
I have
names
no
on your body.
Nick, I don't have one tattoo.
Okay.
Sorry,
It's
I
not
got
what I
excited.
heard.
Tell me, Nick. Tell me, Cece.
I just got to sit out on this one.
No, let's hear it.
I mean, come on. That's just common sense.
You can't get someone...
Wait till he goes to the Jersey Shore when he's a grandpa and that's all stretched out.
Yeah.
How cute that's going to be.
Odell.
You can get the names of your children tattooed on you if you'd like. That's everything else, man.
Lord, whenever you want to come get me and put me back in the prime time, I'm great.
Stories to start your morning brought to you by the unexpected energy of ExxonMobil. The Giants announced they will be benching Eli Manning, which means rookie 6th overall pick Daniel Jones will make his first career start on the road against the Bucs on Sunday. CC, what do you expect out of Daniel Jones?
I'm pulling for Daniel, and the reason why is because covering the draft, I didn't have him ranked that high. When the Giants took him, I was surprised. Now, leading up to the draft, there were rumors that they had a great deal of interest in him. They liked his overall demeanor, his throwing ability. But seeing him in training camp, he was awesome in training camp. I'm going to watch him. I'm going to try to support him. I'm going to evaluate him just like any other quarterback, not as if I had it right or I had it wrong. The kid deserves a chance. He does have big-time talent. He's a better athlete than I thought. The Giants are a good organization. How are they going to support him? So, yes, he has a chance. He does have a chance. He does have the tools to be a starter in this league for a long time.
Our friends at Fox Bet said the Giants' chances of winning this game against Tampa improved, actually, just slightly, going from Eli to Daniel Jones, which is noteworthy. The receiving core, by the way, didn't get better with this change. The defense didn't get better with this change. The most notable thing for Daniel Jones, though, is going to be ball security, because in the preseason, he had 4 fumbles. In the one regular season brief moment he had, he fumbled the ball. You can't have 5 fumbles in 6.5 drives. So he's going to have to hold on to the football, but it is now he's going to have the bulk of the season to see what he is as a rookie.
Yeah, and I saw and listened to people yesterday that were trying to put Daniel Jones in the category of like a dual threat quarterback, okay? He's a better athlete than Eli, but so is 95% of the population. So let's not get carried away with dual threat, Lamar, Kyler type of
Josh
athleticism.
Allen,
No.
All right, moving on. Jaguars All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey wants out of Jacksonville. The asking price is climbing with a recent report that the Jags want 2 first-round picks. See, is Jalen Ramsey worth the haul?
No. I wouldn't give up 2 first-round picks for him. No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't, because they're going to be stuck. They're in a predicament. What are they going to do? All right, they're going to have to get rid of Jacksonville. So, no, I wouldn't panic. The Texans panic on Tunsil. So the asking price now for premier players is up. I'm guaranteed Jacksonville take a 1 and something. Well, okay, I ain't giving them 2 number 2s.
The Tunsil thing totally skewed the market. He's exactly right. When Tunsil, who is a good but not a great left tackle, goes for 2 1s and a 2 on the exact same pay scale as Jalen, guy awaiting the next big contract, it skews it for everyone.
Tunsil in his exit meeting with the general manager of the Dolphins said, for 2 number 1s, I trade myself.
Yeah,
they had a real conversation.
But the other point here is it does depend on all number 1s are not created equal. If you're a team that thinks you're going to go to the Super Bowl, that number 1 is the 30th, 31st, 32nd pick, something like that. Then I could do 2 number 1s potentially for a player of his caliber.
All right, moving on. The Patriots are placing starting left tackle Isaiah Wynn on IR again, this time with a foot injury he suffered in Week 2. This will sideline Tom Brady's blindside protector for at least 8 weeks. Keep in mind, he spent all of last season on IR as well with a torn Achilles. See, you expect the Patriots' O-line issues to catch up to them?
Oh, this is the biggest question in New England. How will they resolve the offensive line? Now, we know Dante Scarnecchia, one of the most respected, Coach Mangini, one of his friends. He is a great coach. But, man, you need some type of talent. You know they were desperate before the season started. Last week of training camp, well, last week of the preseason, they trade a third, trade a sixth for a couple offensive linemen. I mean, they are searching. And then they lose their prospect that they drafted last year, losing him. Yes, this is not the way they come. They've added AB, but it's not going to matter too much if they can't protect them. So this is the weakest unit. If they are not able to get to Super Bowl 54 in Miami, it will be because Tom Brady either got injured or this offensive line is not able to create balance or protection that the Pats need.
The right tackle missed week 2. The center's out for the year. The left tackle's now on IR. By the way, this also speaks to why Belichick's draft strategy has always been accumulate as many picks as possible. His first-round pick last year, Isaiah Wynn, missed last season on the IR again. His first-round pick this year, N'Keal Harry, on the IR for the year. These young players, it's such a crapshoot even if they're first-round talents. But this is a huge issue for New England, no matter how good that offensive line coach is.
All right, moving on to the Cowboys now, where Dak Prescott has looked like an MVP-caliber quarterback through 2 weeks. And thus, he is ready to get paid. Stephen Jones said the team and Dak are close to a deal that would put the quarterback in, quote, rare air. Chris Carter, is Dak proving that he's more than just a game manager?
Well, I've been saying this. I just wish people would be more patient. And given the type of attention we have on the National Football League, people just don't think players. We like to put a mark on them, say something about them, and think they're going to stay on that mark. Players improve. People's situation improves. People understand the game. From a frantic pace, the game begins to slow down to those who play it longer. So Dak, you can see, he's not playing like he did in year 1. He's not playing like he did in year 2. He's playing a lot like he did in year number 3, the second half of the season. So I'm not surprised at all. So I thought Dak would eventually be able to throw the ball. What is the ceiling in that? Man, we didn't know Drew Brees when he was in his 4th year. We knew he was a prolific thrower coming from college and everything, but we didn't know he was going to be the greatest thrower of the football that we had ever seen. We just rushed to judgment. And a lot of people with Dak have rushed that, oh, his arm's not going to get stronger. They're only going to be a run-oriented, defensive dominant special teams. No, Dak can throw the ball. He is a quality quarterback. And if regardless of what people have said in the past, he has made drastic strides as far as his overall anticipation, his overall ball velocity. And when you know where people are going to be, the ball appears like it's going to get there quicker because you can anticipate it. You can throw it before the wide receiver gets up out of his break. And what you see is they're getting a lot more yards after the catch. And the other thing that you're seeing is, man, they're going down over the defense and making big shots against the defense more often than they did year 1 through 3, especially year 1 through 2.5 years, basically.
Absolutely. And to expand on your first point, which is we try to get a book on a player and say this is who they're going to be. That is particularly the case for guys that we don't look at as blue chippers out of college. So if you're a top 5 pick, no matter how poorly you play your rookie year, we believe, okay, you're still going to improve greatly. I don't think a lot of people thought Jared Goff, after that miserable rookie year, well, he's a lost soul. People were very high on Darnold going into this year, not because of how he played as a rookie, just because, hey, his 3rd overall pick, now he's going into year 2, he'll be better.
But that was skewed because Dak had such a great rookie year.
He had a great rookie year, but also, once he didn't have a great 2nd year, once he wasn't great in the beginning of the 3rd year, it's like, oh, so this is why he was a 4th-round pick. So this is why he was a guy that was not considered this great prospect. All I can do for Dak is try to be fair. Through 2 weeks, he has been anything but a game manager. He's averaging 330 yards per game. He's completing 82% of his passes, and they're not dinks and dunks. It's 11 yards per attempt, and he has a 143 rating when a perfect quarterback rating is 158. When you add that it's not just those 2 games, it's the final half of last season. He's now strung together, last half of last season, the playoff game, 2 games here, a 12-game stretch where the team's 10-2, where he's averaging over 250 yards per game, where his touchdown-interception ratio is back around where it was that great rookie season. The quarterback rating is back around where it was that rookie season, and he's doing it with deeper passes than he did his rookie season. So I don't want to overreact to the beginning of the season, and I don't want to totally change my evaluation of where Dak was, but what he's done through 2 weeks is played like a league MVP. What he's done through 2 weeks is played like a superstar quarterback, and you have to give him credit for it. He has not been a game manager through 2 weeks of the year. He has been a force multiplier, and he's about to get paid like a force multiplier.
You do this interesting thing where you have a line and you divvy up the quarterbacks. You called it the Matt Ryan line. I don't know if you could still call it.
He's been well above it this year.
And he was below it, or at least close to it for a while, right?
To me, he was well below it in the way he's played the last half of last year, and now built on it this year with Kellen Moore, with Amari Cooper, with the weapons.
But John Kitna, too, I think, can take some credit.
He's been well above it. He's been sensational. And the Cowboys, thanks to that, look like one of the best teams in football.
All right, there seems to be a quarterback going in a different direction. Let's talk the Panthers now.